Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2025 Her Hoop Stats WNBA Mock Free Agency, Mock Off Season, and we got a loaded bunch here today to dive into it. We got GMs, and I am your player agent. My name is Tyler DeLuca from the Her Hoop Stats podcast, Press Break, and No Cap Space. And today I am looking for some money for my players from all these wonderful GMs. I am sorry in advance, but we are here to run some checks. I am very excited to be able to do this. And let's dive into some intros from our GMs, starting with Chelsea at the top.
Yeah. Hey, everyone. My name is Chelsea Leite, also of the Press Break of Her Hoop Stats. Shout out us. Today I am serving as the general manager of the Golden State Valkyries, the newest WNBA expansion team. And I mean, goals for my team are, just giving us a good chance to compete in this very talented league. And also my personal agenda of collecting Canadians. So shout out that. So yeah, let's do it.
Interesting. Nekias.
Hello. Once again, representing the Connecticut Sun and the Washington Mystics. For the Sun, trying to stay competitive, trying to make some moves. With the Mystics, could go either way. Very fine with blowing things up and adding a bunch of picks. We also do have a combination of first that we can combine and get some star talent in the room if we want. So going to where the wind places us with the Mystics.
Got you. Sabrina.
For the Los Angeles Sparks, we are looking to end a 4-year playoff drought and get back to the postseason in 2025. And for the Phoenix Mercury, as we welcome Diana Taurasi back to the Valley for her 21st season, we are hoping to contend for a title once again.
Got you. Kevin.
The Seattle Storm are hoping that the Sparks are in the lottery again next year, since we have their 2026 first round pick unprotected. But right now we have to deal with Juwel Lloyd's trade request, and we'd love to work with her agent to send her to a desired destination while getting us a quality return, someone to start at shooting guard and some upgraded shooting, and then re-sign Neko Ogwumike and Gabby Williams. Dallas is looking to put a competitive team around Paige Beckers as the number one pick from day one, so similar to what we saw in Indiana last year.
Got you. Jamie.
All right. Hey, I'm Jamie Steyer Johnson, the third of the trio of the Press Break. So that's where we're coming from. I am here for the Atlanta Dream and the Minnesota Lynx. For the Dream, really looking to... It's not a rebuild because they have a significant core returning, but it's a very new system under Carl Svesco. So looking to add pieces that fit while prioritizing potentially a full reset with next year, as we will all be talking about pretty frequently, considering the CBA that'll be renegotiated here coming up soon. And then for Minnesota, you're returning all 5 starters from a finals team. So you're building out the bench. You're trying to get more consistent depth. And to that end, I am going to kick things off with announcing our trades. And that is the getting kind of crazy with it, which I mentioned. I do have a 3-way trade, and that is with Vegas. So Minnesota is sending the rights to Jessica Shepard and Diamond Miller to Las Vegas. Vegas is sending Kirsten Bell and Megan Gustafson to Atlanta. And Atlanta is sending Jordan Canada to Minnesota.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Well, we're getting chaotic off the jump. Jordan Canada. Oh, okay.
Got
Richard.
the cap space to work with, and could use a little more depth in point guard.
I love it. I'm excited to see the moves get going already. Richard, you're part of that deal. What are the vision for your two teams?
Well, my two teams are surprisingly similar in their status once you start looking into the details, despite their obviously very different recent seasons. Both have a star in the post and a lot of good guards. So it's a matter of finding someone to play with that player in the post, help them out on rebounding, on defense, and maybe adding some depth on the perimeter. We're remaking the bench on both teams. Obviously for Vegas, that trade helps and gets that underway.
Yeah, I love it. The Fever and Aces being in similar positions is not a thing that you would say a couple years ago. So this is an interesting development. Madeline.
Yeah, I'm with the Sky. We have hella cap space. We have a young rookie core that I'm excited to build around. I'm going to be really aggressive in free agency. And try to get some shooters around Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso. And then also with the Liberty, obviously coming off the championship, we're running it back. Championship window is open, and obviously with 2026 free agency going to be as chaotic as it's going to be. I can't say, I don't know how much longer the window is going to be open, so we're going to try to do everything that we can to bring back a similar roster.
Okay.
I forgot another trade.
Okay, go ahead, Jamie. Go ahead.
I had one of my trades nullified, so that I forgot that Kevin and I had another deal. And this is another big one. Straight up sent from Minnesota, sent Dorky Juhas to the Wings in exchange for Kalani Brown to get a little bit more of a bigger, stronger post presence. So that was really what Minnesota was missing. I love Dorka, but a little bit too similar to Alana Smith to really, I think, put them in the best position to get back to the finals and get it done this year. So
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that's funny. On the flip side, we feel like Kalani Brown is very duplicative of a lot of Tierra McCowan's best skills. So Juhas is a nice compliment, and then that creates a little more cap space for us to work with.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to see what the cap space working does with that. But yeah, I like that. I see the vision. Okay, I feel like trades are going to be a massive part of this offseason, maybe more so than in past WNBA off seasons, and specifically one trade in particular that we are going to be getting to very shortly. But before we get into a certain superstar that has requested a trade, I do want to get into cores real quickly. Like, we can get those out the way, figure out what teams are going to be doing with that, and then we will get to the Juwel Lloyd trade. But first, we will begin with Madeline. We'll go in reverse order on cores.
Oh, okay. I'm going to core Brandon Stewart, obviously. Makes the most sense. And should we negotiate like what I'm offering?
We can do that real quick.
Yeah, I think bring her back on a team-friendly deal so that we can try to sign a few other players that are just going to make the bench depth a little bit stronger.
How team-friendly is team-friendly?
She was on 175 last year, so I'm thinking the same range. 175, 180.
We can stay there for now, and if there's maybe a little bit extra to get in at the end, we can add that on.
There we go. Yeah,
but I'm cool with that for now. Yes. And then for the Sky, any cores?
Nope.
Okay, Richard.
Sorry, yeah. In Indiana, we will be coring Kelsey Mitchell, and in Las Vegas, we will be coring Kelsey Plum. In both cases, we obviously would like to talk to the players, explain that we have to do this to protect our assets, but we want to keep you happy. We want you to stay. If you wanted to leave, then we would have worked out a deal. But my information is that both of you are happy to stay. Obviously, especially in Kelsey Plum's case, we would appreciate if she would be willing to work with us on something below Supermax. But in both cases, you're perfectly within your rights to just sign it for the Supermax. Yeah, especially with Kelsey Mitchell, we would understand if she just wanted to take the money.
Yeah, Kelsey Mitchell will be taking the money. I will go ahead and get that out the way right now. That is no doubt. Kelsey Plum, what in terms of team friendly? What are we? I know we have 200 from last year. Yes, 200.
Yeah.
Are we? You could say range. What from the perspective?
I mean, yeah, she was on 200K last year. The highest paid player on our roster is Asia Wilson on 200K as well. So if Kelsey wanted to just match that, then yeah, that works for us as well. That seems reasonable to me.
Yeah, I think
depending on what Plum is thinking, there would be some teams willing to trade for her at the Supermax. She wants to come back to Seattle.
Ooh, I don't know if Seattle's the move. I don't think Seattle is the move. I think if anything, there would be a different team. But I think more than likely the move is to stay in Vegas. So
Golden State is also open to the potential of talking to Kelsey Plum.
I mean, as we've shown in previous years, if there's cap space left, then we'll use time off bonuses to top up the players that are available to be topped up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look, what is? I mean, I think we're gonna stay in Vegas with Kelsey. I think we're gonna run this back. We got one more year before a potential upheaval across the league. I think we go one more year. We'll match at 2,000 or 200,000, and we'll go from there.
Great, works for us.
Okay, Jamie. Oh, we can't hear you, Jamie.
No cores for either of my team, Atlanta or Minnesota.
Okay, easy enough. Kevin.
Dallas will be coring Satu Sabali.
Okay. So Satu is an interesting one. If there is any teams interested in Satu Sabali, just
Hello.
hello.
I am interested in Satu Sabali. I am willing to offer her the max.
Okay, so obviously the complications of the core with this.
I don't recall signing off on Satu talking to
Yeah.
others.
So this is so. I mean, if Dallas, that's up to you.
I mean, I think realistically, we'd want more value than the 5th pick in return for Satu Sabali. So I'm not sure the Golden State can even get to what we'd really need to consider a Sabali trade.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for hearing me out.
Okay. Well, that seems pretty open and shut. Then we'll go to the max on Satu. And
that's fine by us.
Yeah, well, we will go all the way up on that. And for Jacob, we'll see how the cap hold on Kelsey.
Perfect. So we'll hold that at a supermax for now until we figure out how much lower we're gonna get that. So
you wouldn't consider Ryan Howard, would you?
I would definitely consider Ryan Howard. Yeah. Huh.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, Satu would consider
we
Atlanta from the player agent perspective. So
I think it'd be a much better fit style wise for the direction that Atlanta's going to be going. Brian, great player, doesn't exactly do what Smesco historically does, and so not like a trying to get rid of her kind of deal, but for someone the caliber of Satu, would certainly be willing to make that happen.
Wow.
Yeah, we'd do it. I mean, that way, we get another 2 years basically of team control with Ryan, who'd be restricted in 26.
Mm-hmm. And we've got all sorts of cap space. So we'll max Satu.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, if that's a thing, is that's in? Lock it in.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Does Atlanta have a backcourt?
That's.
I guess that's what free agency is for.
You traded Jordan Canada. You've now traded Ryan Howard.
Yeah, we're working on it, but there's pieces.
Positionless basketball.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go, Jamie. I got you.
Thank you.
Okay, well, that's not where I expected that to go, but hey, we're here.
Me neither.
Okay. Wow, Jamie, you are the merchant of chaos so far. I guess
more trades in the W.
Now you have the power to do so. Kevin, anything for the Storm?
No, we have presumably promised Gabby Williams that we will not core her. So even though we're willing to offer her the supermax, that will not be via the core.
Got you. All right, Sabrina.
Yeah, the Sparks will not be using their core, and though the Mercury could use it on Taurasi, I don't think that's going to be necessary.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Nekias.
While we do love Shatori Walker-Kimbrough, I do not think we will be offering her the supermax. So no cores for Washington. We will be coring Alyssa Thomas.
Okay. All right. Alyssa, I assume that Dewana Bonner is also included in the future plans with Alyssa Thomas.
Yeah, they will be staying as long as they would like to stay.
Okay, I figured so. Okay. I mean, Chelsea.
The Golden State Valkyries will not be using their core. Yeah.
Not much to work with there.
That's it.
Okay. And I do let me correct. So we can lock in 200 on Plum. I apologize. I had read that wrong. So we'll lock that one in. Okay. Let's have. I mean, I was kind of building up to the Juwel trade, but now we've already had a superstar trade go down that I was not anticipating here. Between Atlanta and Dallas. But before we get into the actual unrestricted free agency, we decided that I feel like a key part of business to kind of kick this all off is the fact that Juwel Lloyd has requested a trade out of Seattle. I will just kind of open the floor and kind of to a point where we'll kind of hear out offers first, kind of figure out where the interest is, and then I'll kind of chime in from there.
Yeah, so the teams we've talked to are Golden State, Chicago, and Connecticut have expressed some interest. If there's any other teams that are looking to get in on this, certainly willing to hear them out. But I think really focusing on Golden State and Chicago because of the draft picks they can offer us. So Valkyries, I know you're busy making a lot of offers throughout the league. Where are we at on the idea of Juwel for the package built around the number 5 pick?
Yeah, I did just email you a few minutes ago. I am willing to talk about Juwel for the 5th, and I'm not sure if there's anything else that you want to add in there for that. But
all right, well, let's talk Chicago then, because they're the team that can beat that in terms of the draft pick. Could we get that number 3 pick from you, Sky?
I can't. It's really hard for me to rationalize. Excuse me. Trading the number 3 pick for a player on a 1-year deal when we're kind of on the fence of we're just a playoff team potentially. That's what we're aiming for. We're not a championship contender right now. So I don't see how it'd be feasible for me to move on from the number 3 pick, especially considering how valuable picks in this draft are with the salaries that you can lock players in on.
All right, can we talk to Juwel's agent though? You know, look, this is your hometown, Chicago. Is this where you're trying to go back to? Can you tell the Sky you're going to be there beyond 2026?
I'm fairly confident that if this trade was made, that Juwel Lloyd would be sticking around. I think it makes sense that it's a guard to surround the star bigs. It's a hometown. It all lines up to me as Juwel's agent to have her stick around further.
This is sounding really good to me, Madeline.
Yeah, but things fall apart. All these backdoor agreements. There's no guarantee that she's going to re-sign with me, and I'll look really stupid if I trade a number 3 pick and then she's gone after a year. So like I said, I can offer you the number 10. I can offer you future, but the number 3 is hard for me to pass up right now.
Okay.
I mean, from Golden State's perspective, she stays on the West Coast. She gets to build the identity of a new team as the number 1 option with lots of cap space for her to stay in future years. And we have great facilities and a really great just kind of overall environment for her to come into. So
and she could come to the Sky. She could come to Chicago in a year. Just put that out there.
That is possible.
But she could also stay in Golden State.
Yeah, don't tell Golden State that. All right.
She can also stay. Big moves make big, Golden State's just ready to make a splash in this league. So
it makes I know I'm a GM of like my respected teams, but it probably makes more sense for number 5, and given the fact that Golden State doesn't have a player to build around at the moment.
All right. Any other last minute offers here? Okay, I'm not hearing a lot. I'm hearing crickets.
This is
We'll do it for the number 5, but then we need to call up Washington because we've been talking about potentially trading for Ariel Atkins. So, would you do Atkins, Samuelson, and Emily Angsler for the 5 pick, Nekias? Really control the middle of this draft?
Really control the middle, indeed.
I mean, I would come back in and say that the deal that we offered Nekias is still on the table as well. Ooh. Again for Atkins.
Let's see. Well, with 5 is good. Would you be willing to throw in? Would you be willing to throw in a 26 second?
Yes, we would do that.
I think we can call it then.
Okay. So again, Juwel Lloyd heading to Golden State. The number 5 pick and a 2026 second from Seattle are going to Washington. And Seattle ends up with Ariel Atkins, Carly Samuelson, and the reserved rights to Emily Angsler.
Okay.
Nice.
Wow. Okay. We are wheeling and dealing, folks. We got some trades being made. Oh, Jamie, yes.
Yes, we will have guards, at least one in Atlanta. We are trading Letitia and me here to the Valkyries for the rights to Julie Von Lowe.
Okay. Jamie, you've been in the booth. You've been in the booth. Okay.
I don't
Thanks for
like
doing business,
what
everyone.
Atlanta has for what they are going to be trying to do.
I can tell clearly.
So I'm dreaming big.
Clearly.
Look, it works.
Uh-huh.
It works for Golden State too because we just got a great guard, so we're getting some more action in the front court now. And
My accuracy may be low, but I like the direction.
There we
Okay.
go.
Okay. Anything else before we dive into the actual free agency period with unrestricted free agents?
I have a question for the Dream GM.
Yes.
Is Alicia Gray available at all?
Potentially.
Goodness gracious, Atlanta. Okay.
Would you
Probably not, but potentially.
Okay. Would you be willing to do Brittany Sykes in 6 for Alicia Gray?
From Washington. Let's see here. 6. Man, picks are very, very, very gold especially in Atlanta right now. Huh. Is this going to influence your immediate moves?
It would certainly be helpful.
Okay.
Washington, I also have another deal for you, or a prospective offer, if that changes your thoughts.
Okay, I'm all ears.
I would be willing to trade you the rights to Tammy Fagbenle for Aaliyah Edwards.
I love Timmy, but I could not do that in good conscience.
Jessica.
I understand wanting Aaliyah Edwards.
I feel like Chelsea's second monitor is just Canadian players. It is it's just.
Am I wrong though? No.
I respect the bid. You're also talking to someone that literally has a Page T-shirt on right now.
Let's go. Is there anyone or any assets of Golden State that you would be interested in exchange for Aaliyah Edwards?
I lean no off the top of my head, but I will look and get back to you.
Got you. Thank you.
For right now, we are going to plan on holding on to Alicia Gray. That is going to be one of the current building blocks. Very intriguing offer, but we are going to hold on to her. Thank you.
Fair enough.
Okay. Do we have any other proposed anything before we dive into the actual free agency period? Going once, going twice. Okay, let's sim ahead. It is time to negotiate, folks. We are just to kind of break down how we go in order of this. We have all of the unrestricted free agents in a Google sheet, and it is sorted by win shares about the players that are now left available after the course. And we will kind of just go down the list and see how it all shakes out across the WNBA. It's been trade simulator so far. Let's get into free agency, starting with Nneka Ogwumike. Seattle, I'll start with you, and then if any other teams are interested, but Seattle, you have the floor first.
Yeah, Nneka, look, you chose Seattle last year for a variety of reasons, including the facilities that we have to offer that you enjoyed so much. And, you've talked on podcasts about the special relationship that you enjoyed with Noelle Quinn as a former player in this league as your head coach. So, look, we're willing to offer you 1 year at the max. We can't do the super max. Wish we could. wink, wink, potentially could in 2026 once you've established a couple of years here. But we think we're going to remain competitive. And in fact, I think we're going to be better next year with the shooting upgrades we just got via this Juwel Lloyd deal. So we want to have you back as a big part of that.
Okay. It's hard to argue against that, but does anyone else have any other pitches to make?
Absolutely.
Phoenix here.
Okay. Sabrina, you can go first, then we'll go to Richard.
All right, so we actually have a newer facility in Phoenix than the one they have in Seattle, for whatever that's worth.
But not purpose built, not built from the ground up like ours.
Our core actually enjoyed their experience with the Mercury last year. You know, they've been very active on social media about recruiting free agents.
Yeah, no one who Nekias played with has ever not enjoyed their time in Phoenix.
All right.
Yeah.
We have a gaping hole at power forward. We know you've always wanted to play with Brittany Griner. I think this would be an excellent fit with you alongside the backcourt we have with Talia Copper, Diana Taurasi, Natasha Cloud, and BG. We can't offer you, assuming Diana agrees to some concessions, we can offer you a good number, maybe not the actual max, but we do believe that this is an excellent basketball fit for you. Rave reviews for Nate Tibbetts last season, and when we had our starting lineup healthy last year, this is actually a very good team. So I think this is an incredible basketball fit for you in Phoenix.
I also have an offer.
Okay, we'll go Richard first, and then Chelsea.
Got it.
I have two offers for you. The Indiana Fever would like you to come and join the biggest story in the league. Catch passes from a player who will fling them anywhere near you, and we know you can catch anything. We will offer you the max, and we have money to pay you a top-up bonus beyond that, if you want it. Come play in front of 20,000 people every night, home and away, and with the player who's brought an enormous amount of attention to the league. Okay. Alternatively, come to Las Vegas, play for the team and win a championship. If you want to play for less and potentially give us a chance to add even more people alongside you, great. If you want the max, we have enough to give it to you.
Okay. Chelsea.
We have.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No,
I was just going to say we have a spot alongside Asia Wilson inside where you would fit perfectly. We have an obvious hole that has needed someone who can both score and defend, and we think you would fit great.
Okay, fair. I mean, those are very, very, very fair pitches. Chelsea.
I got 2 words for NECA. Come home, Bay Area. I guess that's 4, but like 2 sets of 2 separate words.
2 words
Bay Area.
Twice.
2 words twice. 2 words squared. Anyway, come back to the Bay Area. You played your college years here at Stanford. The community loves you. You'd be an immediate fan favorite. We can offer you some good money because I have a lot of cap space. And you're going to play with Juwel Lloyd again because we just traded for her. I'm pretty sure there was no beef there as far as I'm caught up with the drama. And again, great facilities that are newer by 1 year than Seattle's, and purple would look great on you. And that's it.
I'm going to go ahead and rule out Golden State due to potential, so we're gonna keep it pushing past that. Sabrina, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to work out with team.
I think you're underrating the basketball fit here, but
I understand. I see what you're saying, but we're trying to make some money. And with that, while the Fever pitch is actually very intriguing to me, I see it. I do think with the relationship with Noelle Quinn and everything, I think that Seattle is the move that is going to make sense at the max and maybe a little wink here and there.
Yeah, I mean, would there be any flexibility to maybe like bump it down a couple thousand depending on how the cap works out?
We can pencil it in for now, but we'll more than likely we're talking max money here.
I 250K in Indiana.
I think it's Seattle. The connection is that it feels like everyone it feels like the
Stephanie
vibes
White's
are on the
also
way
a former player.
It is, but the specific connection with Noel Quinn has been very, very well documented.
Think how good it would be to be here while negotiating a new CBA as the head of the Players Association.
Look, I heard they have great offices to work in at the Storm facility to negotiate deals.
Happy to dedicate a room to her.
we get a president like cubicle in the facility or something. We can figure it out. Okay, moving on. Bree Jones. And coming from Connecticut. Nekias, what are we can start with you, and then again we'll kind of open the floor past that.
We do still love Bree Jones. It got a little shaky in the postseason last year, but ultimately we think she's going to be another year out from injury. She's a very valued post presence. We think there's a little bit more potential that we can get out with our new coach in terms of some of the high post passing. We think Alyssa Thomas is back. DeWanda Bonner's going to be back. That's a lot of length to surround her. I think we can mix coverages a little bit better with her next year. We think the basketball fit is sound. We love her. We are willing to go up to the max. We would love to sign her a little bit below that just to open up some other moves that we want to make, but we still value Bree Jones here.
Okay. Anybody else? Bree Jones.
Hello.
Hello, Golden State.
It's Golden State again, doing what I'm now calling throwing spaghetti at the wall, and seeing what sticks. Brianna Jones, Golden State would love to have you again. Brand new team, great facilities, great guard in Juwel Lloyd. You know, come build a legacy here in the front court. You're a great player. We'll throw some cash at you, and that's that.
Okay. Anyone else for Bree Jones?
I mean, we're happy to throw our hat in the ring.
Who is we? The Fever or the Aces or?
Well, this is the thing. You see.
Okay. Here we go. Okay.
This is, as I mentioned at the start, this is going to become a recurring theme. We have similar sort of targets. In Indiana, we think you could grow with our young core. You're still young enough to be part of this group without being, sort of too far aged out. Aaliyah Boston needs someone to play alongside her. You've been part of one of the best defenses in the league for the last 4 years. We need defense, but you would also obviously get plenty of chances to score on this team and people spreading the floor for you. In Vegas, you want to come win? We have 4 superstars, 2 championships in the last 3 years. We think you would fit in great.
Okay. Anybody else? Any other pitches? No? Okay. Connecticut, let's talk. Let's talk Connecticut. So you said we are good for the max, but would like to go down is what we are getting at here.
Yes.
Okay. And Chelsea, I assume that you are also at the max for Bree Jones.
Yes.
And I don't see the Fever fit. I'm not really moved by. I'm not incredibly moved by. The Aces are the Aces. I understand, but also I do think we're gonna narrow this down to Golden State and Connecticut here.
With Bree Jones, I get that more than I did with Nekias, to be fair.
Yeah. So look, Connecticut. There's some pretty good facilities out west. So I'm trying to, obviously new coach and everything. How do you feel like the way that this team can change this year and figure out new ways to utilize Bree Jones? As you mentioned, there was, it was a little rocky at times, but to maximize Bree Jones as opposed to potentially going and joining Juwel in Golden State, what is that looking like?
I think with the combination of Alyssa Thomas and Marina Mabry, we obviously have ball handlers that can give Bree Jones the ball. I think if we want to improve the scoring for Bree Jones, having someone like Marina Mabry, who is a willing screener, can open up some opportunities for her to get some quick hitters there. I think we do that with a little bit more volume. And ultimately, if we're able to feed her a little bit more, that takes some of the regular season pressure at the very least off of DeWanda Bonner as a scorer, and we kind of ramp her up as the season goes along. And again, we have the familiarity here with the roster. Dude, you saw the All-Star press conference with her sitting with DeWanda Bonner. Do you want her to leave that kind of familial environment? I don't think so. I think this is the best combination of get your money, we will compete, and this is a place that already loves and values you.
Okay. Chelsea, I'll give you last word, but the connection is there with this team. And I'll give you last word here, but go ahead. The floor is yours.
Here's my pitch. You will not have to finish practice early because a 2-year-old is taking your practice space for their birthday party. I also plan to have puppies at our practice facility. So
wow, is that legal in the CBA? Is that I feel like
there's I can bring puppies wherever I want.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So on one hand, we have practice maybe ending early. On the other hand, we have practice completely being disrupted. And if any of her teammates have any kind of allergies or anything, then we're looking at a bigger problem with puppies. I don't know how. Where do we
Not villainizing the puppies.
This is not where I thought this negotiation was heading. I must say. Okay.
But yeah, your practice facility will not be a community center. It will have recovery. And in the end, are you looking to make friends or become better at basketball and be treated like the professional athlete that you are?
A strong ending there, but I do think I am going to stick with Connecticut on the 1 year max. We will have that. We'll go and get that in.
All right, my spaghetti's going to stick to the wall one of these times.
One time, we'll see how the puppies factor in. Okay, a bit of an interesting player returning to the WNBA is up next. Emma Miesemann is a player that we have put into our pool for this free agency. I guess we'll just open the floor generally to whoever might be interested in Emma. Yeah, so who is interested?
You'll never guess.
Yeah, I figured. I saw you go off mute, and I was like, I know what time it is. Okay, so Richard, who else? We'll kind of plan this out.
Dallas,
Richard, Sabrina, Kevin. Okay, we'll start there. Richard, go ahead, and we'll go Richard, Sabrina, Kevin on these pitches.
Well, as the Indiana Fever, come play with the biggest story in basketball, again in front of 20,000 people on a nightly basis. We're primed to start winning and start getting real good real fast. We need someone like you who can score when the chances are available, but who is also happy to play defense, happy to help out, is a good passer, good teammate. Yeah, we think you'd be a great fit here. Again, come play for the Max. In Las Vegas, come win. We've won two of the last 3 championships. You would be a great fit alongside Asia. We know you're used to winning from Europe, from Belgium. We have no problem with you taking the requisite time off to go and play in Eurobasket when it comes up this season. Yeah, we think you'd be a great fit here too.
Okay, Sabrina.
Yeah, it's going to sound a little like a broken record, but we have a really good veteran team here. You've won a championship with Natasha Cloud and our assistant coach, Christy Tolliver. You played with Kalia Copper in Chicago, had a great season there too. So familiarity with your teammates. We think we have a good, solid group of older players who the fit's going to work right away. Gaping hole at power forward again that you'll slot right into and make a lot of sense in this starting lineup. And we can probably offer you between 180 and 200,000 again, depending on what Diana comes in at this year.
Okay.
Dallas can offer the max, and I think now that we've made this trade for Ryan Howard, we have the ability to add a time off. Well, I guess she's not going to take any time off, so we can't really benefit from a time off bonus. But power forward is the biggest need for us. You got a chance to play with 2 former number 1 picks in Paige Beckers and Ryan Howard, so we think a very exciting basketball opportunity in Dallas.
Okay, what money are we talking in Dallas, roughly?
Max,
Okay.
without question.
Okay. Anybody else that is wanting to throw their hat in here for Miesemann?
Actually, I'll toss my hat in the ring with Connecticut as well. Like, I think that's where we want a little help from Bree Jones.
Yeah.
Where again, we don't want to take a major haircut if she's willing to take a little bit more. Again, it's alleviating some of the scoring pressure off of DeWanna in particular. Alyssa Thomas is more than willing to facilitate, but that just becomes one of, if not the most talented front court in the NBA. I mean, the WNBA. I think
so is DeWanna starting at the 2?
Yeah, there's a lot of size going on here. How are we fitting this in?
I think there's a little bit of versatility between starting Emma, starting Bree, or we can bring DeWanna off the bench. That's something that she did in parts, in certain parts last year.
Okay.
I mean, I would point out DeWanna hasn't actually re-signed yet.
That's also true.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Oh, also, what money are we talking in Connecticut? What are we aiming for?
We'll start with 200K.
200. Okay. All right. We got some suitors here for Mieseman. Okay. Vegas, what are we aiming for money wise? I don't think I got that directly.
I mean, our highest paid players are on 200K, so again, we think match that. Well, like Nekias said, but if it takes the max, we'd go there.
Interesting. Okay. That's a lot of money thrown around. There's a lot of teams involved here. Okay. So I do think if Mieseman is coming back, that is going to be entering into an immediate win now situation that is known. So for that reason, I'm going to take Dallas off, just off that perspective, in the sense of there is not that history there of just in direct prior seasons. The Mercury are interesting because I do see the vision. I must admit, I do. So we're gonna keep them on for now. Connecticut, it's getting a little stuffy over there. It's getting a little stuffy over there. And Indiana and Vegas, man, this is. I think I'm gonna rule Connecticut out just off just a fit wise and everything, because I think that these three are interesting enough with both past success and the player history and also the immediate fit. Man,
Now, we did just beat Indiana, to be clear.
you did.
And then lost your head coach.
Yeah. So it's a little shaky. I don't know. There's a lot of size over there that I didn't have.
I think that's the value, and I think as someone that has the talent to carry your offense or just carry a team in general, being able to run a little maintenance on that front, we don't need her to carry the load, but she can obviously ramp up when necessary. I think that is appealing to her. But either way, I'll lean on what you decide.
Okay. I think we're gonna stick with Richard and Sabrina's offer right now. Is there anything for either of you guys to add to this to try and sway in the sense of your pitch or anything? Like I said, I know we made the pitches, but I'm not exactly swayed in one particular way quite yet. So if there's any final thoughts here that you would like to add to make this happen.
I think we showed last year with Phoenix that, Nate wants to run a really modern offense with a lot of, movement in threes. And I think Emma Mieseman fits right in there as another either creation or scoring hub, whatever fits her desires at this particular stage of her career.
Richard, anything else?
I would say you run a lot of two-man game with Julie Van Loo or with Julie Allemond with the Belgian national team and have had great success with that. We have all sorts of players who can run those sorts of games with you and get you a lot of open looks, both in Indiana and in Las Vegas. You're playing with a player who just finished all first team WNBA in Indiana, who has maybe the most gravity of anyone in the league right now. Or in Vegas, you're playing off Chelsea Gray, you're playing off Kelsey Plum, you're playing off Jackie Young, all sorts of space, all sorts of openings, and we would win a lot of games.
Whew, this is a good one. This is indeed a good one. This is I can't help. I think from a facility standpoint and an immediate win now standpoint and the history of that, I think for that reason I'm going to rule out Indiana, and leave it to Phoenix and Vegas here as a chance to come over to the WNBA and win a ring. I feel like that would be a high priority for the player that I am currently representing. So, Phoenix, are you able to get up to 200K here?
I think we can do some negotiating with BG and Diana to get you to 200K.
Okay. And Vegas, are you willing to go higher than the 200K to make this happen?
Yeah, like I said, we can go to the max if that's what it takes.
Okay, I think with that, then we'll take it above 200K, go where the money is, and go
You're
to
not
Las
touch
Vegas.
The ball at all in Las Vegas.
And
I can tell you that right now.
But the money, the fit, they need a 4. I think Emma Mieseman's heading to Las Vegas, y'all. Okay, that is.
Jacob, can I just check? We do have enough for the max, right?
Hold on.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Hold on.
You put yourself in a spot now where no one else can get more than about 141,000, but you have enough for the max.
Yeah, I just wanted to double check.
Okay, now let's make sure we get that squared away. Okay, Well, that'll be where we send him a Mieseman then. Okay,
Works
next.
for me.
Okay, perfect. Next up, DeWanna Bonner. Obviously, we've hi Nekias. what are we thinking here?
She is good. She is valued, and she is valued, and she is valued, and she is also valued.
But what is? Is there a but coming? Is there what is?
No, like I
Okay.
don't know if I need to
No, that I mean,
paragraphs of why DeWanna Bonner should remain in Seattle.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Let's talk money then, guys. What are we thinking here?
She was at I think 209K last year. If we could get her at 200, I think that would be fair. If she's willing to go any lower than that, then obviously we'll take that so we can continue to round things out with the second unit in particular. But 200 seems fair.
Let's do 200. Nice and easy. Okay. Brittany Griner. Sabrina.
So,
oh,
sorry,
yes, Richard.
I was just going to say if DeWanna Bonner wanted to come to Indiana and be our adult in the room, then she would be more than welcome to come here.
No, I don't think that's happening.
Fair enough.
I respect it, but I don't think that's. Yeah,
She already has 2 kids at home. I don't think she wants to adopt 10 more.
Yeah, I don't think
that's the thing. She's got so much practice. I mean, yeah.
No, I don't think that's happening. Sabrina, BG, how are we looking here?
I mean, we obviously would love to have you back. This is the only home you've known in the WNBA. We expect to have you back. It's really just a matter of what sort of number you're looking for. We were in the 160 range last year. We'd be happy to continue that going forward, or if there's more, just let us know.
Yeah, no, I think keeping on what we're doing, just the 1 year, and I think that nice and easy. I think that makes sense.
Lovely.
Perfect. I won't haggle you too much on that one. Next up, we have Tina Charles out of Atlanta. I think Jamie, if you would like to start us off here, and then if there's any extended interest past Atlanta, we will dive into that further.
Yeah, I mean, at some point there will be more guards on this roster, but in the meantime, the other big hole is obviously our center position. Tina really had a solid season. Really liked her in Atlanta. We're going to be playing a little bit different of a style, but especially when you're looking at perimeter play, when you're looking at having a system that is looking to shoot outside, that opens things up inside a whole lot. The other thing that's really open is our cap space. So we are certainly willing to discuss that. I know that her outgoing salary is $130,000. I mean, that would be obviously more than doable, and we can for sure negotiate if people are trying to bump that up.
Okay. Any interest for Tina Charles around the league? Okay, well that makes that pretty simple. Yeah, I think we're pretty much set going forward. Unless there's any last offers, no. Okay, let's kind of just keep it pushing. We can re-sign. I think that deal works. Protected, I assume.
I have with Satu, that's 5 protected. So, am I able to? Because I mean, I will.
Yep.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'll just add in that 2 of your protections are rookie protections, so those don't count against the cap.
Oh,
so.
Good call. Okay, yeah, protected's good.
Perfect. Okay, keeping it pushing then with Tiffany Hayes out of Las Vegas. Richard, how are we feeling about Tiffany Hayes coming off 6-1 of the year?
I mean, we would like you back. Again, we think you like winning, but we are starting to get into something of a cap crunch.
Yes,
and we would also like to re-sign Alicia Clark if that's going to be an option. So we would start at ideally around 100K, but we appreciate you may have better offers than that on the open market.
Okay. Well, let's take it to the open market. Is there any other offers for Tiffany Hayes?
Sky and the Liberty are both interested in her.
Okay, let's talk.
I think, it makes sense from both standpoints. I mean, getting from the Sky, you get another veteran guard in there. And I think she could just play really well and kind of help with the offense and make it run smoothly. Also brings just experience and potentially could be the type of culture player that the Sky need after having so many issues last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it came to the Liberty, I mean, you're joining a team that's a championship contender. You're going to be valued. You're going to have opportunities to win another ring. And so, and I'm looking at the around 105
for both
for the Liberty, and then for the Sky, I have more money, so I would say 120.
Okay. Dallas would offer 150.
Ooh, hello, Dallas.
Sky will offer 155.
Oh,
the Mercury can't compete from that kind of money, but we'd be happy to bring you in as our sixth woman as well.
Okay.
Little guard depth behind, yeah.
Would also throw their hat in for sixth woman. Not going to be able to go probably up to 150 though. Would be more at the 110.
Okay. Mercury, what are you at?
We could probably be in the 110, 120 range.
110? Okay, 110, 120.
Dallas would offer 160.
This is music to my ears. I love this from my client.
From retired to
man, I love this for my client.
He was never retired. that was a lie.
A good negotiating ploy.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so I mean,
we would go to 120 in Vegas.
You're not going to give her all you have?
Like I said, we would like to get Alicia Clark back, and we don't want to upset other people on our team. We've also acquired Diamond Miller as a potential younger alternative option as an athletic wing off the bench.
Okay. Well, look, I tell you right now, it's hard to pass up a payday like this at this point in the career. Chicago, are you willing to go any higher than 155?
No.
Okay. So Dallas is at 160. Okay, so let's go ahead and I don't think we're going to leave Vegas to another kind of win now scenario for much more money. So Mercury and Minnesota, we're going to knock y'all out. Liberty as well. So we'll narrow this down to Vegas, Dallas, and Chicago. From a vision standpoint for Dallas and Chicago, just on the court, what are we feeling, Dallas? If you want to start off with the on the court vision with Tiffany Hayes.
Yeah, I think probably a sixth player role again, like last season. But one of the things we envision is, Las Vegas had a lot of success with those kind of 4 guard lineups, and we could do some of the same things, finishing games with Ryan Howard and Enrique and Tiffany Hayes all out there alongside Paige Beckers.
Okay, Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that offensively, it makes a lot of sense to have her. She probably would be. Splitting between a starter, I could see her starting potentially, depending on how the season goes and the rest of my roster shakes out. But I would see her more so coming off the bench and just kind of being that spark plug for the second unit. I think, there's the potential for her to play alongside Angel Reese in certain situations. And I could see her being a good closer for us.
Okay. Between Dallas and Chicago, are either of y'all willing to protect this offer?
Yeah.
Okay. Chicago, is this a protected offer?
Yeah.
Okay. Vegas, I'm not gonna lie, it's looking a little. Some of these paydays and everything are looking pretty nice. Is there any kind of last ditch for Vegas pitch wise on this? Would it be any type of salary bump or anything like that?
We would go to. I think we can do 135.
135. Okay.
If that's enough to get you back.
Okay. And would that be a protected deal?
We have currently 3, 4. Yeah, we can protect that.
Okay. That is so 135 from Vegas, 160 from Dallas, and 155 from Chicago. Man, I do think that Tiffany Hayes does seem very happy in Las Vegas, and obviously it is a more win now scenario in that sense. And getting to be the 6th woman of the year was a very high accolade, and obviously wanting to go and go after that ring. I think getting it up to 135, I think we'll do it if we lock that in at 135 for Vegas.
If we're going to break the fourth wall here, Dallas's goal was to get Vegas to offer Hayes all their money because we really have our eyes on Alicia Clark.
Well, it's already locked in, so
we can work with that. Alicia's starting to look a little old. We can live with that.
You can tell who's been doing this a few years.
Like, man, it's an evil world we live in.
I was happy. I mean, that's great value to me for Tiffany Hayes.
That's 6th woman of the year. I mean, she played very well last year. Okay, so we will lock that in 135. Protected for Tiffany Hayes, headed back to Las Vegas. Okay, we're gonna jump over quickly to a couple of the restricted free agents. We only have a couple in the league, but some major names within this. Starting off with Dejanay Carrington, is obviously a major player, a major part of this Connecticut team. Nekias, to kind of start us off here with Dejanay, what are we feeling?
We are willing to go up to the max if necessary. I think 200 to 215 range is what we would like to lock her in at as she continues to grow offensively. But she's one of the best defenders in the league. Fan base loves her. The organization loves her. She's gotten to grow quite a bit underneath us. We think with our new coach, she'll be unlocked even more offensively. So,
yeah,
we want her back.
Okay.
Can I?
Yes.
Sky would be interested, to throw her back as well. I just think, marketability, being in Chicago, just makes a lot of sense to me. As he mentioned, the defense, she could be that type of anchor for them. And yeah, we would love to have her. And we're building a new facility. Like, Chicago's a great city. There's a lot to be sold there. And a lot of off the court options as well.
This is where I'll chime in as the league office and say, offer sheets for restricted free agents have to be multiple years. Chicago, if you're looking for a 1-year thing for Dejanay, I would maybe look into swinging a sign and trade.
Yeah, Dallas was preparing to make a 2-year max offer sheet to Dejanay under the logic that she was going to be settling for the qualifying offer in Connecticut, and therefore the bump that she'd get in 25 would be worth probably taking less than 26. But if Connecticut is coming in with $200K off the bat, then I don't think there's that kind of value with Dejanay.
Also, Golden State would offer Dejanay the max as well. Also, back to my Brianna Jones kind of offer, facilities. That is my, and also come build something new. Come, and you went to Stanford, so again, come back to the Bay Area. Everyone loves you.
Is Connecticut interested in talking sign and trade for Dejanay?
I'll be willing to hear some stuff out, but you're going to have to come in high.
Okay. How high are we talking? Because, the number 2 pick is not on the table, but, what are we talking here?
Same with the Sky's interested in that as well.
Golden State will, if we have any.
I mean, any interested in, Zaya Cook, Lee Yaroo, some seconds? What are we talking here?
I do not believe that's going to get it done, no.
What would you want what would it take for Chicago to pull this off?
Let's look at the roster here, because you said you are willing to move 10, but it would probably be 10 and something.
I have the second round 5th pick and Steph Talbot.
I think we are okay.
Yeah, I think
I would move 13 and something, Nekias from LA.
Julie Allemon back to play for her national team, coach?
Somehow the national team coach did not come up in the Emma Meesman discussion.
Yeah,
but
kind of shocked me.
Yeah. I was.
It's fun. Like I was literally reading like the press release over earlier. I figured I was gonna have to. I wanted to make sure I had like the name pronunciation right and stuff. I just completely blanked on the Emma connection there. Like I don't know. My brain just did not work. Probably a sign that I need to eat, but we'll order some food shortly.
Another thing that KP excels at during these is he's always snacking during our.
I've noticed, like he was way more prepared than I was.
I've been doing this for years.
Yeah, like this is like that's a vet move right there. that is a true vet move.
Hey, I have a candle, a humidifier, and a giant thing of water, so I was pretty prepared.
Okay, you're pretty well set.
That's
Nekias, how are we feeling? What are any of these potential trades moving you, or is there anything that interests you from any of these teams?
I think I'm going to stay put.
Okay.
Boo. Sorry.
So with that said, does anybody want to throw out an offer sheet for multiple years, knowing that from DJ's perspective, that year 2 is going to be looking not super tempting?
Me, Golden State.
Tyler,
come home.
Would you even sign a 2-year offer sheet from Dijonay?
I don't. It probably would be team dependent, but more than likely not. I'm certainly leaning no.
I mean, I think it would have to be if Nekias was dragging his feet on paying you more than the qualifying offer.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm right now. I'm pretty like, unless there was some major trade to go down or anything like that. But I'm pretty well set on.
The other team could quietly promise to waive you after 1 year and release that second.
Well,
I like that. I
think
what Richard said.
I think at that point we would just go do the 1 year route with Connecticut, unless, like I said, unless there was some signing trade to go down. I think we're pretty well cool with negotiating.
Nekias, what if I gave you both of my remaining picks in this draft, and then who do I got here? I have again Tammy Fagbenle. Do any of these names reach or move you? Zandalicini, Repair, Maria Condit, just training camp peeps.
Notably, the rights back to Veronica Burton, not named there.
Yes, Veronica Burton.
Well, we do like a Veronica Burton. Unfortunately, I do not believe that is going to be the foundation of a Dijonay Carrington deal.
Okay, well, let's talk to Nekias. So you said you were at what, 215? And that's just for the 1 year?
Yeah.
Okay. I think trying to look, because Bonner signed. Is there how much movement are you willing to make on that 215? Are we willing to work our way up any higher than that potentially?
It would have to come by way of a time off bonus. Notably.
Okay, that's how. Okay, then we'll roll with 215. We'll go the highest. We'll go the max you're willing to offer on that.
Okay.
And we'll go just the 1 year on that and be ready for post CBA WNBA.
Dijonay Carrington, you are a Toronto Tempo. No, I'm kidding.
Maybe not.
I'm already thinking to next year. It's all just a means.
You got your own team to run. Now, see, we got.
I know.
We got to lock in.
We're locking in for when I have a second team.
Okay. To move down the restricted list very quickly as well. We can go to Kennedy Carter.
Apologies, actually. I need to pause on this.
Yes.
That 215,000, or that the max, the 214 deal is not gonna put Nekias in a legal position.
Okay.
Because he will have not enough money, even if he wants to sign all rookies for the rest of the way. So,
okay.
Do you have a trade you want to make that work, or do you want to go back to the negotiating table?
I mean, I think realistically, Alyssa Thomas probably takes slightly less than the Supermax and fits this all in.
We could do that, yeah. I guess agent. How
Yeah,
low are you willing to go on?
How much more? How much of a cut are we talking here?
Let me do that math
Make
real
this
quick.
happen. Yeah.
You're right. I have it in
What,
my
like
sheet. If she takes 235, that makes them legal. Or that was if Brianna Jones took 200, and if Thomas took 235, then they could max Carrington.
Yeah. Yep. That would do it.
Okay, I think that makes sense, and we'll run this back for 1 year, and then I think we can reassess all of this in next year's free agency post CBA. So we can adjust those deals to make that work. I think that makes sense across the board.
Just to summarize, we're bringing Bree down to 200. We're bringing Thomas down to 235. No change to Dijonay.
Yep, Nekias, does that work for you?
Yeah, that is fine.
Okay.
And DeWanda's at what, 200, right?
Yes, I believe that's what we've got.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Moving on then. We'll go one more restricted, and we'll make our way back to some of these other unrestricted names that we have in here as well. Kennedy Carter is a very intriguing name. Chicago, what are we feeling here for Kennedy on the restricted deal?
We'll take her back. Let her get offers from other teams, and we'll match.
Okay.
Well, within reason.
Well, okay, I'm about to say that's a slippery slope.
Yeah. But
okay. Well, other teams, what are we? Is there any interest in trying to sway or anything with Kennedy Carter? Try and outbid Chicago?
It has to be a multi-year deal for the restricted offer, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So,
or work out a 1 year deal that's a sign and trade with Chicago.
Got you.
Okay. Is there any interest in the sign and trade at all across the league?
Probably
Okay.
not sign and trade.
Okay. Well,
they always come back.
hello, Chicago. Let's talk. Where are you? Oh, was that Nekias?
I was gonna say Washington would do a 2-year deal at $160 a year.
Okay.
Certainly not gonna go with the near max.
Right.
You see a little bit more, but that is a great talent. Will certainly bolster the guard room without super interfering with major plans.
You said it was 160?
Yeah.
Okay. 160. Chicago, where are you starting at?
I would just be curious. Would you do 1 year 150 that gives her the ability to, get another deal next year when the CBA comes in?
Yeah, I mean, I think that sounds pretty solid. I think that is a pretty good deal all around. I think both parties can be pretty happy with that. Are you willing to go any higher?
Nope.
By any chance?
150.
No, just standing there. Nothing else. Okay. All right. We'll lock that in. We'll go 1 year qualifying with Chicago. We'll hit free agency again. Love 1 year deals in this free agency period. Okay. Yeah, we'll lock that in at 150. I think that's fair. Okay, let's move back a little bit to some of these unrestricted free agents. We're gonna start with Gabby Williams next. Is an interesting one. Again, another European player that's kind of we decided is gonna be in the mix again. Kevin, started with you in Seattle, and then we'll open the floor past that.
Yeah, Gabby, you've had a lot of opportunities to choose your destination over these last couple of years, and you've kept choosing Seattle for a reason, and we value you tremendously. So we're the only team that can offer more than the regular max. We can't offer you a full super max and fill out our roster, but what we are able to do is go up to about 220,000, so a little bit more than the regular max.
Okay.
And obviously protected.
Yeah, I'm willing to hear out other offers, but I mean the history tells us where Gabby is most likely to end up. But I am willing to hear out other offers.
Well, hello. By the fact that Juwel Lloyd posted a Gabby Williams Instagram story very recently.
This is reporting.
Yes. I keep my eyes on the stuff. So the drama of Seattle has not affected that relationship between Juwel and Gabby Williams. We will throw as much money as we can legally at her. And then again, just like coming to Golden State, new fresh start, fresh locker room, new coaching staff. Very willing to work with her in terms of like, Eurobasket and whatnot. And yeah, that's my offer, and puppies.
and puppies.
I mean, we can match puppies if we need to.
Yeah, I mean, that was gonna be my follow up. So now that that's cleared, I think
just for the sake of throwing it in, if you want to come play for the vet minimum in Vegas and win,
absolutely not. No, no vet minimum was taken over here. I'm so sorry to you, Vegas, but I don't see a vet minimum in Gabby's future. So Seattle, I think we'll lock that back in.
Great,
just makes sense. Okay, and then moving next, Natasha Howard is already made very clear that she is on her way out of Dallas. So
I'd love to have her back.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening, unfortunately, Kevin, based on just immediately putting out a statement at the end of the season, which was honestly, I respect that so much. Like, it was like, I felt like the buzzer barely sounded on that last game, and that statement was up. But let's open the floor just in general here, because Dallas, I'll allow that to I don't think that there's.
Yeah, you come to us if you have a change of heart. We'll be here.
If there's anyone else interested in Natasha Howard, I would love to talk.
Hello.
You would never guess.
Yes, hello.
There we go. Yeah.
the people I expected to see come off mute did. Richard, we'll let you. So Richard, Chelsea, anyone else here? Sabrina? Okay, we'll go in that order. Richard, Chelsea, Sabrina.
We think you are the perfect fit alongside Aaliyah Boston to play defense and score when the chances provide the opportunity, and teach the rest of our team to defend, basically. We would pay you the max. We would also talk about a multi-year deal if you want one, but we're assuming you may want to go back on the market under the new CBA.
Yeah, 1 year deals. We are 1 year deals only over here. Chelsea.
We will also offer Natasha the max. And yeah, again, fresh start, no good facilities, purple's a fun color. And yeah, I mean, come build this team. Again, Natasha Howard is still at an age where she has a lot of room to grow still, and we have a great coaching staff, and Juwel Lloyd is fun to play with. And yeah.
Okay.
One thing Dallas would note is if somebody wants to offer a super max, we're willing to, reasonably negotiate a sign and trade for just a second round pick or something.
We have discussed this with Dallas, and if it's necessary, we'll get into those discussions.
Okay, Sabrina.
To be honest, I was not aware that the financial market for Natasha Howard was as it is. So we're gonna just respectfully bow out here. You know what?
Okay, I can respect that. I can respect that. Well, let's talk Supermax. Let's look at what this might look like. Because we would love to have you more money. So Richard, you mentioned that you were already speaking with Dallas. Is that something that is between Dallas and Indiana on the table?
Kevin and I spoke about possible a trade and compensation that would work, and I think he was happy with that. So we can get something done there if it's needed.
Well, that sounds fantastic. So what are we talking for the trade? What are we looking at here?
I believe it was a second round pick, basically.
Okay. Well, I think that sounds fantastic. Just 1 year, we'll supermax that, and then we'll send Natasha Howard to the Indiana Fever.
Back to the Indiana Fever.
Yes.
Yeah. Where she began. Absolutely.
Yes. What a circle. What a storybook way to return. Yes, we will do that. So lock us in. Supermax we'll do that sign and trade, and Natasha Howard will be in Indiana Fever. Okay. Any other players that we want to potentially move up in the talks by any means? I know we're kind of getting deeper into the list now. So if there's anyone that we want to, just feel free to say the word.
Alicia Clark.
Okay, if we want to talk Alicia Clark, we cool with that? board? Okay, Alicia
Yep,
Clark.
let's do it.
Let's start there. Richard, we'll let you have first word here on Alicia Clark. I don't know how much you have left to offer.
They cannot make her a legal offer,
I
right?
don't think so.
We absolutely can make her a legal offer because we are entirely willing to cut Kia Stokes.
Okay. Well,
all right.
We obviously would do this as a quiet promise to Alicia Clark, saying we will cut her in order to create the room for you if you are willing to sign for around about 95,000.
Okay. Okay. Other interest. Where are we looking at?
Hello.
Hello everyone. Okay. Wait. Hands for interest, and we'll
everyone.
Okay.
Everyone other than Nekias.
We'll kind of go top to bottom. So we'll go Chelsea, and then along the middle row, and then we'll end with Madeline.
All right.
Hello.
Hello, it's Golden State again. I feel like I have a great offer right now. I have all the money I can throw at you. I have your last assistant coach, Natalie Nakase. I have your cute little rookie, Kate Martin, that you can continue to form a good bond with. And then Juwel Lloyd, playing with Juwel Lloyd. And then just again, puppies. So
how much money are you offering?
What I can offer, what the max is $249, whatever it is, close to $250. Sure, yeah, I got money.
Okay,
that's wild.
Well, hello, Golden State.
What's happening right now?
I'll jump in here and say,
Jacob,
to get all the way up there would require a sign and trade. So.
Dang it. Okay, what can
Dallas can offer.
I'd throw out the standard max if just speaking. Speaking as a league office, I'd throw out the standard max if it needs to get up there. I don't.
Dallas,
I'd be willing.
Dallas would offer the pick we just got from Indiana to Las Vegas. And we could do this as a double sign and trade, and we'll offer the super max.
Okay.
We are willing to work out a sign and trade with Golden State as well if they want to start making offers.
Are we talking about Alicia Clark?
This is.
I just want to be sure.
This is not how I anticipated this going.
I do not have super
because here's what I can do. Stewie's calling, and she's saying, "Come, you're at the back end of your career. You're joining a team that can win now, and we need you."
Is Stewie calling with the bank number as well?
Is Stewie tampering?
Realistically, I'm thinking her value, the fact that the max is being thrown around is a little shocking to me. I was thinking if I'm going anywhere, it would be 100, maybe 105, 110, but I can't do the max. I don't have that money.
Yeah, no,
we're broke.
That's fair. Sabrina, I know you were interested.
Phoenix was once again expecting a lower market for this player's services. We were thinking 150. We could probably get in the range for Alicia Clark. Get in that power forward room with Sophie Cunningham, Rebecca Allen, nice interchangeable wings. Lots of threes, help the defense. Yeah.
Well, I'm
also reuniting with Natasha Cloud and Chrissy Tolliver from Washington. Good
time. Normally that would be a fantastic deal, but the way that this market
is today,
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds fantastic, but alas, the market is the market, and so Golden State and Dallas,
I think we offer a better winning situation than Golden State or Dallas too, for what it's worth.
I agree.
Yeah.
But
yeah, but also money.
But these bags are kind of crazy.
So wait, Jacob. How much can I reasonably offer Alicia Clark, just so we have it, Because again, math is not my forte.
Yeah, that's not going to be a problem for Golden State. You have a maximum bid that is 300,000 over what you would need to be able to bid a supermax. So.
Okay. Well,
we would be interested in the rights to Cecilia Zandalicini if you want to turn that into a sign and trade.
Okay, wait. So I would be getting Alicia Clark, and you'd be getting Zandalicini.
Zandalicini's rights.
Oh.
Because I was thinking Alicia Clark as my replacement for Kayla Thornton. That Golden State had to take.
Outbid Madeline, Kenny.
What?
We have been outbid.
Unfortunately, because I really came in, frankly, fourth wall. I was expecting to be talking to y'all more than talking to, some of the other offers that we're having here. So I'm wow.
I think Alicia Clark has consistently prioritized winning situations over the last 5 years of her career. It seems like she would once again head in that direction.
I mean, is Phoenix a better winning situation than Dallas with Paige Beckers?
The with Paige Beckers is really the
But do we know that Golden State is not a winning situation? I mean, we have no data.
Do you have a center on the roster?
History tells us that it's going to be a tough year in Golden State.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Ace. I mean, to kind of just to flesh out this whole situation a little bit more, the potential for signing trades, and what that would look like, for Dallas. And I know Golden State, we kind of have yours. Dallas and in Vegas. What is the dialogue here on a potential sign and trade?
I mean, we'd be willing to offer some seconds. I don't know what else Vegas would be interested in.
Would prefer Golden State's deal because I don't think Dallas have any players that we would be interested in that they would be willing to give up. But we love Alicia Clark. We would get something done with Dallas if she wants to go to Dallas.
Well, I'll tell you right now, if the Valkyries are offering that amount of money, the familiar faces, I mean, I think that is just at this stage of her career very, very hard to pass up. So we can Golden State the max you are willing to offer. Whatever that number is, we are happy to take that for Alicia Clark.
Hell yeah. Okay, the max I can offer, I think, is what, like this number here,
which is
it's the regular max on a straight signing or the super max on a sign and trade.
Right.
So the super max gets you to 249, is it?
Yep.
Well, look, Chelsea, if that is what you're offering, we will happily oblige.
Sure, that's what I'm offering.
Okay, Alicia Clark.
Wait, I just want one more thing.
Yeah, I mean, you're coming at the deadline.
She's 37. She's in the back end of her career. Don't you think she wants to let her go out with her legacy of winning?
No, not when a supermax on the table.
Realistically, though, that's not.
But yeah, we'll lock that deal in for the supermax.
I think I like this for Vegas the most. Return there to make that happen.
We will.
What are we doing?
We will do that for Zandalicini's rights if Chelsea's happy for that.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, this did work out pretty well for Vegas.
I just want to be making the moves, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm here to get my players paid, that is, and that was.
And now we have the Kate Martin, Alicia Clark reunited.
Well, at least the vibes will be good.
Friendship.
Okay.
Vegas, what if we make the whole team out of 3-and-D wings?
Pretty much. I mean,
that's how the NBA's been trading in recent years. Why the hell not?
Yeah, I mean,
can I just make a personal thing for my agenda that I'm sure nobody is going to fight?
Okay.
I don't know. I just want to sign Kia Nurse. I don't know.
I think the Sparks are fine with that.
Yeah. Okay. We can make that happen real quick. Just while we're here.
Are you gonna just jack her value through the roof? Because I was interested in her for Atlanta, but I'm not super maxing Kia Nurse. So
okay, so what are you willing to offer Kia Nurse?
Yeah, we'll start with you, Jamie. Then it's.
I love it. We're fighting. We're fighting for this. I love it.
I mean, for Atlanta, we have a whole bunch of cap space to work with, but it's more about trying to round out what we have. So for Kia, I mean, we'd probably be sitting at. I mean, she was on what?
142 last year.
142 last year. I'd start out 110.
Okay.
I'll give her 150.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go up to that.
Yeah, I'm not. I was gonna.
Yeah.
I was gonna chime in for this guy, but
Look, unfortunately for like all contending teams, I think Golden State is just throwing bags. Like this is like to try and kind of add the role players.
Canada.
Okay, well, 150 is I don't think anyone is gonna
Oh, yes.
come close to that for Kia Nurse, I assume. Okay.
Okay.
Then we'll do that. Kia
Also-
Nurse 150 to Golden State.
Nekias, have I moved you anything on oh yeah.
That's no way. No, I don't think so.
No, I don't. have this.
No. Come on, it's the last well, other than Bridget, but Jamie's kinda said no to that. It's the last piece of my puzzle.
I'm so sorry.
If you
Ugh.
say so.
It's okay. I went 2 for 4 in Canadians. I'm doing pretty well.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess and unless there's any other like pressing names right now, I'll kind of just work my way back to the list, and then if anyone else wants to, if there's any other names that pop up,
Dallas is interested in doing Courtney Vandersloot.
okay. We can go to Vandersloot. Yeah, he's up towards the top of this list. Liberty, I want to start off with you and figure out where we're at with that. What are you feeling for Sloot?
I'm feeling like we would like her back, but I don't know if she wants to come back.
Okay.
The Sky would take her, but I don't think she wants to go back to the Sky
Okay.
either.
Well,
Retire in Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's where I'm with Sloot. I'm interested in figuring out. Obviously, we'll have to talk deals, but leaving New York doesn't seem like the. We'll see. Let's Dallas. Where are you at with this to kind of to start us off?
Yeah, so we're thinking of Sloot as coming in and playing a similar role to Erica Wheeler last year in Indiana, where she's both the veteran mentor to the number one pick, but also we think the two of them can play together. I mean, we've seen how much Paige has played off ball at UConn, so we think this is a really terrific fit in the later stages of her career, and we're definitely willing to offer $150,000.
Okay.
Sparks would also be interested in Courtney Vandersloot as a veteran mentor. We don't exactly have young guards to mentor, but we think you'd help our young bigs quite a bit, just setting them up nicely on the floor. We didn't really have anybody to do that last year.
Okay.
So, we'd like to get back to the playoffs. We think it's important to have a quality point guard to do so. So, transparently, we're not going to be competing for a title again, but you already have 2. So if this is something you're interested at this stage of your career, we could exceed Dallas's offer.
Okay. Chicago, you said you were interested?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. What are we?
She did so much for Chicago. That's where she made her legacy, before going to New York and winning a title this year, obviously. But Allie Quigley is from the Chicago area, obviously. They have a house in Deerfield, I'm pretty sure, still. We would love to have her back. I don't know what the relationship went like after she left with the ownership and stuff, but if she wanted to come back, we would be willing to make a deal.
Okay, what number are you starting at for Sloot to Chicago?
What did you say? I'm sorry.
Oh, I just said I would beat whatever Dallas did.
Dallas is at 150.
150?
Dallas is at 150.
I would do 165, 170.
Okay, Sabrina.
I can top that.
Hey, when by top that, what are we talking here?
We can give you the max if you want for 1 year, but
Whoa.
we just didn't think it was going to be necessary,
Okay. Dallas, any rebuttal here?
I don't think we're willing to go to the max.
Okay. Madeline, are you willing to go higher than your mark?
No.
Okay. Wow. Again, some of these. Wow. Okay. So Sloot in New York is there any? What is the offer from New York just as a potential if there's interest to stay? But it's gonna be hard to pass it up. But is any offer from New York to put on the table?
She was at, what was her salary this past year?
She was at 190, basically 195.
We'd have to be at because we would probably be around this 175, 180.
175, 180. And LA, you're willing to go to the max? Is that what we're talking here?
We can do that. Yeah.
Well, look, I this is an intriguing situation. One, obviously very different from for Sloot again, but if we're getting these 1-year contracts for these vets and getting them paid, you can't knock that too much. So I guess Vandersloot is headed to LA.
Amazing.
For the max. Again, look, if we're gonna be paying for vets like this, I would say my agent percentage is looking fantastic today. I'll tell you that right now.
I mean, being the agent for the entire league already puts you in a great spot.
Well, look, man. Hey,
But you put
Now they're
it,
getting
but better some years than others.
yes, we're getting great cuts today. We'll put it like that.
Next year, that's going to be a fight for that position for sure.
Yeah. Oh man, that's gonna be fun.